Another video. This video is going to be about how to survive a relegation battle in your low block. So many of the teams in relegation battle and in these zones typically spend a lot of times in a low block, or this is a very defining phase for their season. So I have them just set up in a 4-4-2 loosely here because we're going to change that. The space they control in this 4-4-2 space oriented at the moment because of the ball being with the two offensive central defenders. So now in a situation like this where the opposing team appears to be set up using a positional play model, using wide wingers and a W rest defense, as you can see the W just highlighted by my mouse. And so from here, the first thing to consider is how we're going to defend the spaces inside the box. So when the team gets broken in the low block, so the ball's progressed, and now the player's actions are then in terms of trying to penetrate into these golden zones or assist zones to then create higher chances of scoring. The main concern will be how to defend these, and one way to do so is dropping the 6 back or just starting out with a more natural back 5. So what this does is it gives the 3 central defenders more vertical mobility, and now we can have our midfield 3 now slide in, so using our cover shadows to block each of the 3 central corridors and the advanced players within these corridors, and we have more vertical mobility with our wide central defenders because of the added cover in behind through the middle central defender. And if teams are adequately defending in the wide area and potentially want to set a wide pressing trap, we can even go with a 5-3-2. So if the ball circulates into the wide area, the shifting can look like this, and then we can then form this very tight and very much needed vertical compactness from the team, as we see here. Vertical compact or diagonal compactness, sorry about that. The diagonal compactness from the team, preventing any diagonal passes within the side, and now controlling more of the advanced areas. So this is crucial for isolating possession into the wide areas, preventing the ball from going into these advanced areas, and defending these golden areas by having vertical mobility. And then last thing to consider in a really brief video on just giving you some ideas on how to go about this is the transition moments when the ball is won. So how many players are we going to attack with, and what is the numerical option in the space? Because obviously when defending in a low block, you have the largest amount of space to attack into, but your connections are oftentimes so tight and sometimes inefficient that it can be very hard to then, I'm actually going to turn this into blue to show the connections between players and how they might not be the most efficient and how it can be really hard to build from the back from a low block, because these connections are very much isolated a lot of the times, because the space being controlled is very compact and defined by the third of the field that they're in. So they're really playing to the rules of their defensive third, which doesn't always promote a great transition, but having 2 forwards gives them a fighting chance to be able to play direct, but also having players to work off each other to then try and access and create an advantage through this space. So that's the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.